Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this live stream. I'm solo today. Maurizio had a few things that he had to take care of, so he's busy right now. But he will be back tomorrow, so make sure you should watch tomorrow's live stream as well. It's going to be a fun one, as always. Even today, we're going to have a fun one, right? It's all about, getting rich off of buying Bitcoin, because buying Bitcoin is you're guaranteed to wealth. But the problem is most people want to be wealthy tomorrow or next year. Same thing. But if you do it over a long period of time, not only is it better for you, is that you're willing to say, I worked so hard and waited so long, I'm not going to spend this money on dumb stuff. And that is why it's so much better for you to actually, make money slowly, not fast. Making money slowly makes you richer longer. Making money fast makes you poorer real fast, right? So that's how it is, right? That's how it is. So with that said, right, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, right? We got some good news and some some DeFi degen trading for you guys to do, for us to go over today, guys. So let me know where you're from and what's going on. Let's see here. What's going on. Shiba Inu. Oh, look at this. Oh no, I can't seem to bring in the what's it called? Remove, add to broadcast. Remove from broadcast. They're not showing up. The what's it called? Let's see here. No. Oh no. I can't show any of the comments in the because I just don't know how to use this crappy software. The software breaks so often. It's not funny. Let's see here. Is there No. It's horrible design, man. Green, David, what the hell? Yeah, it's bad design. Bad design of the software. Like I see all your comments, like when I clicked on them, but they're not showing up on the like they show up different lower lays. It's like, what? Can I actually just stick it on there? No. Okay. So what happens? Okay. See? How, guys? Can you see that? There you go. From the Netherlands. I'm gonna try to fix this. It's like not designed properly, the software. Absolutely not. I mean, it's just too overly complicated, and it doesn't get the job done nicely. Let's see here. You can do a lot more with it, but a lot more comes at a sacrifice. Ease of use is the sacrifice that you have to. Let's see if I can show this. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? It is what it is. Jesus. Let me know if you can see the Northern Ireland, right? Just quickly say yes, you can see it, or one or something like that, so that I can know it's there. There we go. Okay. Let's get on to the news, right? Of today. And today, right? Senator Cynthia Loomis slams Fed Chair Powell over his role in Operation Chokepoint 2.0. Yes, the news is interesting. Let's just play what they have to say here.
Anna Paulina Luna has referred Jay Powell, here of the Federal Reserve, to the Justice Department for perjury charges. Cynthia Lummis is the Republican senator from Wyoming and joins me now. Senator, going after Powell because you don't agree with his pace of rate cuts, charging him with perjury, a criminal offense, lying to Congress, isn't that a bit strong just because you don't like his interest rate policy?
Well, I am concerned about the way he handled Chokepoint 2.0, the way that they went after banks that were solvent and drove them into insolvency, the way that the Fed has dealt with using subjective determinations about what banks should be financing, oil, gas, coal, energy that certain aspects of our economy doesn't approve of. These are the bigger concerns I have about Jay Powell and the manner in which bank supervision has been conducted. In addition to that, we do know that there were a lot of weasel words used when Jay Powell testified in front of Congress about the 39% cost overruns, $700 million in cost overruns to remodel the building at the Federal Reserve. And the way in which terms were used like, oh, we have a green roof, not that they have a garden terrace. There were mistakes that Jay Powell made. Do they rise to the extent of perjury? Certainly not in the Senate, because it's very hard to prove perjury. In addition to that, when Jay Powell testified over here, he was not under oath. It's still, regardless of whether you're under oath or not, it is against the law to mislead Congress.
Yes. Whatever. You know what? He's part of the Jeffrey Epstein team, man. Whatever. He's not going to get in trouble, okay? So don't worry about him. So it is what it is. And you know what? You can't stop this, right? This nonsense going on. And you know what? Everybody says that Bitcoiners are annoying because they say Bitcoin fixes this and to everything. And yes, it does. You just don't understand how. You have the limited ability to see into the future and predict what's going to happen. Why? Because most of you live in the present of what happened to your life and your life only. Not to anybody else that lived before you, and not anybody else that's lived in other places around the world. You don't care about anything, and this is why you cannot see the truth. Whenever we've used good money, right? Good things happen. Great things happen. Why? Because when you have enough wealth, right, you now start to care about the things like, the crimes that are going on around the world. But when you don't have enough money, you can't care about crimes. Why? Because you need to just have some money so you could feed your family. How do you care about stupid crimes that go with some big official government guy that does and manipulating stuff? You can't care about that stuff. But when you have lots of wealth, right? Well, then all of a sudden, you can spend some time caring. Like, dog, you did that? No, you going down, right? You going down. Why? Because your belly's full. Okay. With that said, moving on. Tether has invested over 100 in over 120 companies, right? And this, on the surface, like, okay, well, so yeah, that's great. They've invested in some companies and stuff like that. Well, you have to understand what's going on, right? Tether is trying to make itself too big to fail, right? They're using these companies as leverage and so forth because they look around and say, oh, so this is the scam, right? You guys are trying to squeeze us out. Okay. Let's see, what can we do? Let's see here. Let me think here. The banks, they got bailouts. How did they get the bailouts? That's right. They made sure that they were intertwined with everything else so that if they fail, everyone else fails. Got it. We'll do that. All right. Wisdom Tree, stablecoin to pay dividends on tokenized assets. Well, there will be a time, right, when we have a stablecoin, since the stablecoin, the Genius Act allows for people to build stablecoins. There will be a stablecoin, right, in the future that will pay out dividends for you holding the stablecoin. That will happen probably in a short amount of time. But hopefully, it's maybe sometime before the dollar collapses, but who knows? It may not happen at all. But even if it doesn't happen to the US dollar, it will happen to other types of digital currency. We're going to still have, even though Bitcoin will exist, we'll have other assets, right, that you could use as the currency directly. But what they will do is pay you out a dividend for holding it. And so, like an interest rate for using it directly as money. And so this is where they will get people off of Bitcoin somehow, right? With this particular asset, right? And so that will be the plan for the future, right? Obviously. It's a good plan too. And it will work, right? Because most people you can tell because there's so many people supporting XRP. Okay. Anyways, Dogecoin price gain 340. Last time this indicator was turned bullish. Well, whether the indicator turned bullish, if you scroll down, you can take a look, and whether that happened last time, it doesn't really matter. You can see that it's ready to rock and roll. There's a nice W, and then the target's around the 50-cent level. So there's a possibility that we're gonna go to $1. There's absolutely no possibility for Shiba Inu to do that. So just so you know. Sorry guys, what's going on up there is just, I don't know, the application's broken, and whenever, if I take it off too long, it just doesn't come back. So if I were to turn off this, it won't come back. I don't know why. It's just bad design and bad flaw. But fire sale on Threshold, yes, it is dropping heavy, but I'm in it for the long run, not for the short term. I've seen heavy drops before, and that's just the way it is. Dead men don't spend Bitcoin. How to set up a crypto inheritance plan before it's too late. Yes, I think all of you guys should do that. However, most of us won't, and a lot of Bitcoin will disappear and actually be, locked up until if you've not used the same address. If you use the same address over and over again, and you've moved money around from that address, that money will come back into circulation. That Bitcoin will come back into circulation eventually. But if you use an address that you never use, then that Bitcoin is lost forever, because there's no way to break the SHA 256. There's no way to break the hash, right? Going forward, right? So because the hashes are designed to lose information, and so you could never go back to get the actual address that originally, the private key that originally existed, or public key actually that originally existed for that address. So that would be that. All right, so some fun fact, right? Someone has been buying $30 worth of Bitcoin daily for the past 8 years, turning a total of $86,000 into over $1 million. The power of consistency and conviction. What a legend. Yes, that guy is a legend, right? He is the man, the myth, the legend. All right, he did it. This is how all it takes is some discipline and doing the right thing over and over again for you to make some sort of successful outcome. And look at that. It took 8 years. Do you think he's going to go, woo, Lamborghini time, Lambo time? No. This is why you need to take your time. If you're buying Threshold, right, which T for me, I'm buying. If you're buying anything, right, and you're waiting for the long run, right, that is how you make money, right, and you keep it for your lifetime and your children's lifetime. It's because you were disciplined. You worked hard. You stayed the course. You bought Bitcoin and waited and waited and got it done. And now all of a sudden, now look at you. Look at you. But if you go and your dumb butt goes out and buys a Ferrari, well, you deserve not to have any money. Okay. Swiss. Whoops. Let me just get back here. The Swiss says, hey, you know what? Let's use Bitcoin for everyday payments. Yeah. A good idea. That's going to happen in one way or another. It doesn't matter if somebody says it or not. I think Bitcoin will be going to, in 2030, anywhere from 500,000 to 2.4 million too. I agree. I agree 100%. We will see some crazy numbers, and we have to, because not everyone can and should own a whole Bitcoin. Only legends like that one guy who bought slowly, right? So he will eventually have, if he wants to continue holding, he will eventually have, several tens of millions of dollars in Bitcoin, right? All right. This day, let's see here. Oops. Let me just go. This day is coming when you can buy, when you're selling your house for 0.1 Bitcoin, or you're buying that house for 0.1 Bitcoin, right? That's coming. You're like, but that's only $10,000. Just over $10,000. How could you buy like a multi-million dollar, $10 million home? Yeah, because Bitcoin's worth $1 per sat, per Satoshi. One Satoshi equals $1. That's happening. And there you go. There's your $10 million house. So hook up right now. And don't buy it with the Bitcoin. No, obviously, you borrow against it, your Bitcoin that you have, and find a way to make money to pay for that house. Don't buy a house, right, with your Bitcoin. Find an investment that you can buy with your Bitcoin, or borrow against your Bitcoin to buy that investment, pay off your debt, and then buy the house. You're like, oh man, I don't want to wait that long. This is where patience, right, pays out heavily. Warren Buffett did not become $170 billion billionaire because he was like impatient. And yeah, look at that. Another statistic, gold being beat out again. Gold's done, man. I swear to God, gold's finished. Okay. This is an interesting stat. The fastest asset in the world to reach $2 trillion. Now, when I think about $2 trillion, right? And I think about it, even $1 trillion, it's a relatively useless number, right? Why? Because when you think about, the U.S. went into debt of $1 trillion back in the 80s, right? It was at 1 trillion, right? And you think about how the economy into multiple trillions, it's like, wait a second here. These numbers are just ridiculous. Why don't we measure it in the amount of ounces of gold, right? And if you do that, the numbers still look ridiculous. Even if you measure it in the amount of ounces of gold, priced in the ounces of gold around the world, right? It's still a ridiculous number for everything in our economy, right? The amount of debt, the amount for Amazon, it's all ridiculous numbers. And even the amount for Bitcoin, but it deserves it, right? It deserves it because it is going to replace all money. All money. And because of that, its valuation will be absolutely redonkulous compared to everything else. All right, so look at that. Against Bitcoin priced in gold, damn, gold's dropping fast. You get more gold with your Bitcoin than you did before. Look at that. Anyways, I'm still a gold and silver advocate, right? but it's really difficult to hold gold over Bitcoin. And I mean, let me just put a star on that question. I'll get back to you on that one. And I can't do it. Of course not. There it is. There we go. Okay, and then so yeah, we're going to see Bitcoin, right, do extreme things, because of the fact that it will take over as money. But with that said, it's time for us to get dirty, time for us to get filthy, disgusting, absolutely like horribly dirty in the meme coins areas. Just make sure that you take a shower afterwards, right? Don't invest in anything that we're just having fun here. It's just a fun thing to do. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, damn. Damn, this thing just died on us a little bit. Just a tad. I think we tarded. Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. Well, it is what it is. At least Peppa Peep's still up. Oh, damn, it's come back down. But hey, better than what happened to this? We tarded one. Retard. It's like a 10x from Weetard. That ain't saying much. But anyways, let's go back. Let's go start searching for some serious degen coins here. Ooh. Bonk AI. Oh my God. Really, dude? You worked really hard on this one. You made a blurry image, right? And did a quick screenshot of this bonkai.v6912 and then spread it out and put it as a post. And then you tried to there obviously bonk for this something bonk terminal. Jesus. Bonk terminal. I don't know what the hell is that. Wow. This is a new system to create meme coins, I guess. I don't know. Yes, you worked too hard on that, so I'm not going to buy.
How about new?
Okay. This thing is popping off. It's almost $1 million market cap. What the hell is this? HODL. H-coin. I feel lucky with this one. Do you feel lucky, punk? I feel lucky. I feel lucky. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh wait, it is on. Darn. It's on what's it called? What's it called? BSC, Bitcoin Smart Chain. So no. That one's done. Sorry? What?
Bruh.
Stupid.
What? What is this? LARP? All right, let's get it. You're like, this is dumb, but I'm gonna buy it anyways. Yes, that's some serious retardness coming, but it is what it is. I'm buying it. Load the bow. Look at that. We're gonna move this thing heavy. Boom. We moved it. I think we should put some protection on that, but I don't know if that protection is going to help us at all. At all. Let's do it. Let's do it anyways. Let's go all out. If we double our money. Done. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see if we can get something else going here. Oops, I messed up here. Drag this out. There we go. And now we're gonna find something else. Ooh, Jerome Powell. Jerome scandal. Okay. I don't know. That looks a little suspect, the volume down there.
How about no?
Nope. Nah. Let's see here. Pug coin. No. There's absolutely nothing. Oh man, no. Man, really? That was wrong. That was just wrong. Pre? No. Oh man. Green. Yes, that looks safe. What do you think? How about no?
How about no?
Man, the trenches are like really dead. There's nothing good happening here in the trenches. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's for. Metal. But what I do notice is that all of a sudden it was dead and then volume came in. We're going for it. We are going for it. Let's see what happens. I think I smell bloodline security. Do you smell it? Do you smell that? Bloodline security at its finest. Yes, I'm going heavy. I'm going heavy for the bloodline security. I love my bloodline security. Feels good. Feels real good. Let's go. All right, that's it for today. You know what? Let me just put some protection on that. That security. Because it's like, it was a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern, but who cares? A little bit. Just a little bit. little bit. But, you know, we're bottom to bottom of the shoulder. Who knows? We might get lucky. Little bit. Do you feel lucky, punk? Yes, I do. Boom. Confirm. All right, guys. Now for the Q&A, right? Let's see here. Is there any questions here? You guys have some decent questions here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good. I've already talked about to my private audience where I think it's going. Thank you. What do you think about Avalanche and Polkadot? Well, Avalanche could do something in the future. Polkadot is dead, man. I tried playing with it as a programmer. Oh my God, whoever used that, whoever designed that needs to rethink their job in life. Seriously. BTC in September. Next target for BTC in September. Well, I think in October is the better one to say. At the end of October, we should see Bitcoin at crazy highs, going up like crazy, and people wondering, did I miss it? Should I buy? DOGE, yeah, we're going to $1 probably. Hey, good morning, Luke, right, from Medieval Empires. How you doing? Thanks for joining. And let's see here. Let's get to the questions here that I have saved. You always tell us about Bitcoin. Well, what do you think about Ethereum? Well, I think Ethereum will do well, of course, in the future. It's not gonna outpace Bitcoin. Bitcoin will just absolutely destroy it. Or we're gonna see Bitcoin market cap like dominance. We're gonna be at 95%. So everything else will just get absolutely crushed over the long term. It doesn't mean that Ethereum won't have its light day in the sun for a short amount of time, but then it'll never outpace Bitcoin. Governments won't allow Bitcoin to replace their currencies, especially the U.S. Yes, well, governments will not allow us to have books, right? But that's the way it is, right? We have books now. So there is no situation where this is not going to happen. None. Right? Governments are not all powerful. Right? They're not. They require your fracking consent. That's what they require. Okay? Try to get that through your skill. Without you, there is no, this is how the cow eats the cabbage. Without you agreeing. Right? And because majority of us who gets fucking wiped out will go, yeah, I don't want to get wiped out again, so I'm going to use this, okay? What, you have a problem with that? Okay? It's not that complicated. Let's see, any more questions? WorldCoin. Don't think about it, man. Just don't. Oh my God. Satoshis. That's the next Bitcoin. Buy Satoshis, right? Don't hunt for the next Bitcoin. Buy Satoshis and watch. You are trying to outperform Bitcoin and you just won't. You just won't. You will do it in the short term, but not in the long term. Right? So if you buy Bitcoin and save that over the long term, you'll be like, yeah, that was, not only, like, let's just pretend there was something else that was going to be the next Bitcoin. Let's pretend that that's the case. you still need the 8 years to wait for you to see a massive profit, which you won't. How do I know you won't? Because you're asking me dumbass question. You'll sell your whatever asset when it just doubles. Or maybe it goes 10x. You'll sell everything. Right? And that's that. That's why. So whether it's Bitcoin or some other asset that I can name as Bitcoin, as to be the next Bitcoin, you still won't be profitable from it. You'll be a little bit profitable, but you won't be super wealthy. Right? I can tell. So why? Because you want to find something else when you already have something right now that will guarantee you, not just, well, maybe, guarantee you, right? Because let's just say let's just say I believe that T was going to be the next Bitcoin. I don't think so, but it will do well in the short term, right? With this threshold, right? Let's just say that I believe that, right? And the problem is, right? The problem is you still have to wait the long term, which you're not willing to do, right? And I think of other coins that are probably have a good chance, like Casper or something like that, but you're not willing to wait the long term, the 8 years. And this is what's going to screw you. Period. And that's what it needs to do. Even if I were to find another coin that's like Bitcoin. All right. Are you willing? Are you really? Let's see. You just have to do that with Bitcoin. That's it. Because it's guaranteed. There's a 100% chance in 8 years that you're going to be super wealthy. 100% chance. Do you think ETH will break its all-time high in August? Probably. Well, there's a probability that it could. It's just that I think the higher probability will be in October. Pepe, well, it'll go up in October, so make sure you're ready. Okay, alrighty. Should I buy Sui every day for the next 5 years? Good question. Whilst no, if you're thinking that it's going to be a better investment than Bitcoin buying, if you were to buy Sui and Bitcoin over the next 5 years, which one would have the better outcome for you? It's difficult to tell, but it's really difficult on a 5-year scale. But in a 10-year scale, 100% Bitcoin. That would be a toss-up over 5 years, right? It could do well over the 5 years, Sui, right? Could, right? So it's a gamble, right? But over a 10-year cycle, no way, no way, you're done. No way, no way. Okay. Up to October super cycle. Yep. All right. Your friend Carl thinks so about ETH. Well, yeah. I'm not saying that it's not possible, right? I didn't say it was impossible, right? It's still probable. It still has a probability of happening, but it has a higher probability of occurring in October, right? Meaning that it's pretty much guaranteed in October. In August, yeah, possible. Yeah, like I'd give it over 50%, right? Chance, yeah. Alrighty, well that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Right, a little bit of glitchy things happening, but Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, they're all doing very well, and they will continue to do well for a while. And same with a lot of other cryptocurrencies coming into this, basically crypto season across the board. We're going to see a lot of up in all of the assets across the board, but hope you're positioned for it because that's coming. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.